Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm going to be working with sketch number 4 from the Sketches for 6x6 Paper Pads, One-Page Sketches book, and class with Alison Davis for Scrapbook Generation. Okay, so today for sketch number 4, I am going to stick pretty close to the sketch this time. Now I might try this layout or this sketch one more time because I had 2 ideas for this sketch and couldn't decide which one to go with. So I'm going to start with this one, and if I have time later this week, I'm going to try redoing the sketch in a different way. So for this one, I stuck really close to the actual sketch, which I can't show you obviously because it's paid content. But I can tell you that it had basically a blank canvas with 9 2x2 squares in the center. So what I did is I cut more than 9 2x2 squares and kind of offset them from each other. So as you can see, they're not straight, which the center one I kept straight where my title is, and then I tilted the other ones so that when I put the thing on top straight, you could see the pattern underneath. Does that make sense? So they're all the same size, and these are actually not 2x2. They're like 2 1/8 by 2 1/4, I think. They were a little bit taller because I based my size off of where my title fit on this piece of paper. Now, let me tell you a couple things about what I'm working with. So apparently my family does watch my YouTube videos because the other day or they just scroll through and see, the first minute or so. Anyhow, I was recently accused of only loving one child, none of which are my own, but my grandson. And which, I mean, obviously that's not true. I've just been trying really hard to finish that first year album. And I wanted to get it done before his 3rd birthday. That is not happening. So anyways, I have decided today I would scrapbook something different. So this layout is from a trip we took in 2014. And I haven't scrapped this layout yet because the photos were taken from so far away. So when I think of 2x2 photos, which is what this sketch calls for, I think sports, because whether it's my own kids playing sports or we're at a game, NBA game or a Major League Baseball game, which are our 2 favorite kinds of games to go to as a family, you get your photos from such a far distance, right? And so even if you get a good photo, it's just the part of the photo that's important is so tiny. And so that's what I'm going to be working with today is a few really far away photos. So I started with my base paper, which I have like a whole rack of things that I consider to be base papers, and one of the sections on that rack, and I'll do a craft room tour at some point, probably in the summer when I have more time on my hands. I have a stack of various craft papers, like papers that I would like to use as background. Some are plain craft, but most of them have some kind of pattern on them. So this one is Craft Fun Day by My Mind's Eye from 2011. So that's the background paper I chose. And then I chose this 6x6 paper pad from We Are Memory Keepers. And it doesn't have a date on it or anything, but as you can see, it's definitely not new. I don't even know if We Are Memory Keepers still makes paper pads. Papers? I don't know. I would have to look. Anyway, it's a sports-based pad called MVP, and no, I didn't pay $3 for it. I paid like $1 or $1.50 or something. And there was only one sheet used out of it. So I have used it on a few other layouts, but basically it's like this basic gray style with the like distressing on the edge, which I like because I have lots of boys in my family, and so this grunge look is good for us. And so this is the paper pad. Obviously it's probably not available, I would imagine, but it was perfect for what I wanted. Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to be working with. And I just cut 2 by 2 squares out of some papers that I'd already actually punched circles out of. So here's the remnants of that in my 6 by 12 packaging that I cut down to 6 by 5 and just glued on the back. And that's my pocket for my scraps on my 6 by 6 paper pads. And then I added my title with these teensy type Doodlebug alphas from 2012, and these are the Lily White. And I love the size of these. I wish I had bought more of them, but this is all I have. And then I did some faux stitching. Alison Davis does hand stitching. I don't have time right now, although I do love hand stitching. I just don't have the minutes in the day. So I did some faux stitching with my white Jelly Roll pen by Sakura, and I just get these at Michael's. And I buy them probably about once a year because I find that the gel eventually just doesn't transfer to the paper properly, unfortunately. So Jelly Roll, but it is the brightest white pen I can find that works on all kinds of paper. So here it is on craft, here it is on patterned. Like, it actually shows up, and I love that. So I've been buying this one for quite a while. And then what else did I put on? I think that's it for now. I already did my journaling ahead of time, printed it on a patterned paper and cut it down to fit the same as these squares. And then I took my 3 itty bitty little photos for my layout, and I bulk print my trips in 4x6. And so these are cut down from a 4x6 photo, which you can see, like, the only important part is this, and the only important part is this. And what I was really trying to capture here was the blow up sign that they had. So there you go. That's where my photos will go, just as it shows in the sketch. And I think I'll start there, and then we'll embellish a little bit and get a date on here somewhere. Okay, so this layout, I'm not sure how many people know this comedian, Gabriel Iglesias. But at the time that we went to this particular game in California, my boys were big fans of Gabriel Iglesias. He's quite a funny dude. He affectionately terms himself fluffy, not fat, but makes jokes about like food in the United States and how it's like a... He just makes it funny. And for whatever reason, my boys get quite a kick out of him. So at this time, they were watching him quite a bit on YouTube, and even finding like shows that he was on the Comedy Channel. I am sorry. Of course, my neighbor's gonna mow his lawn right now, or weed eat, or whatever it is he's doing. And I can't close my window because it's a bajillion degrees in here. And so we went to this Dodgers game, and when we were already in California, like at the hotel, my husband was looking up like who's throwing the first pitch or whatever, because that's a thing. And it was going to be Gabriel Iglesias, and the boys were like, what? That is so cool. And so they were excited to see him. And he... If you go early enough, they have like a, I don't know if you call it a tailgate party, but you park and then you walk into a certain part of the parking lot, and they have like all these booths and stuff set up. And this particular party, pre-game party, was called Viva Los Dodgers, and it was very Latin themed, and maybe even Mexican, I'm not really sure. Anyway, they had like lots of Mexican style food there, and they had kind of almost like a farmer's market, I guess, but also it had like games and stuff. So you could like play games and win prizes. The boys took home so much random things that they didn't need, like Budweiser water bottles. I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? You can't take it to school. Anyway, so we did see Gabriel Iglesias at Viva Los Dodgers in the parking lot, and he did a little set. And then this was just the sign from one of the booths where people were playing one of those games. And then this is him throwing the first pitch. And of course it's from my seat, so it's a terrible photo, but you know, what can you do? So it just says, we were all excited to see that one of our favorite comedians, Gabriel Iglesias, was going to throw the first pitch at the Dodgers game that we had tickets to. He also did a short set at Viva Los Dodgers before the game. So here's the title, Fluffy, because he calls himself Fluffy, was at the game. And it was a good time. We enjoyed it. So I did want to include this in my trip album, but of course, because the pictures are so far, far away, didn't scrapbook it. And now I can add it to my album because 2x2 photos are perfect for this. So next up, I have these so my oldest son was a big baseball player. He played AAA ball. We went to nationals. Yeah. So anyways, I have leftover baseball stuff from back then that I would like to try to use up. Now today I'm going to use 3 of these 4 stickers, and I might just toss the last one, although I do have a story about the 7th inning stretch from a Jays game that I went to. So maybe I'll hang on to that. And I just put some foam adhesive on the backs of these stickers, and I'm just going to place them around as embellishments on the spots that don't really have anything on them. So this one I think needs a little more glue. These are really old. These are from Karen Foster Design, and I had a whole bunch of stickers from her way back in the day. I don't think there's a date on them anywhere, but I still have some of the sports ones that she did, because I used to find it kind of hard to find boy stuff and sports stuff, and so I pretty much bought all of her things because she made sports papers and sports. I don't think I have any of her paper left, but I do have a couple of sheets like this. I have a golf one and baseball one, and I think I might have a soccer one somewhere. So just kind of a nod to her. Thank you for making boy scrapbooking supplies back when nobody was making boy scrapbooking supplies. Okay, and then I have this one from Simple Stories that I got on clearance somewhere, and I haven't even really used it yet except for this, and I know that this is part of this love, but I'm not leaving the baseball in there. So I'll use it for something else. It'll be fine. So I'm just going to place the sticker right onto the patterned paper, and then I'm going to put the baseball popped up on foam. And I like my baseballs to go in a certain way, and I don't know why, but I do. And then I have these, I'm not really sure about these yet, but I have these little, they're like supposed to be photo corners, but I think if I'm going to use them, I'll probably pop them off of here and make them just an embellishment. They're fabric and they're sewn. So I do like that they add that kind of different texture to the layout. So I think I will add them in a couple of places, but I'm not gonna make them stay photo corners because I don't know. I don't know how to make that a thing. Now I could put that one in the glove. And let's see if I take another. And these were by Jolie's Boutique. Yeah, photo corners. I think I got these at a garage sale too. Doesn't look like something I probably would have bought otherwise. And I don't know where the scrapbook den is, so clearly that was not me buying it because it says scrapbook den on the back. Okay, so I think I'm going to put one there, one here. And one more. Let's see, where should I put it? Maybe by my title? How about by my title? Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I have this little geotag, and I kind of wanted to add it on there just because, like, it's like, yeah, we were here, he was here, we were all in the same place at the same time, even though we didn't really plan it like that. Gotta like it when that happens, right? I don't have a lot of, like, celebrity sightings. I feel like other people are like, hey, yeah, I saw this celeb at the airport, or I saw this like famous basketball player in the elevator at my hotel, and I don't have like anything like that. No, the only celebrities I've ever seen is if I've paid for a concert, or I've paid to go to, I don't know, a sporting event or whatever. I don't have celebrity sightings. I'm not loving this. And now I'm gonna wreck my page, right? It's okay, I can fix it later. I promise. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice. I think I'm gonna, nope, I don't like it there either. Maybe I only need two because I have another baseball up there. And that's maybe why I'm not liking it. Okay, so I got my geotag on. And I'm sorry, my son's coming home from work and my dog is going to bark. I apologize. So here is these three little wood veneer stars, and apparently we need to slam the door also. We wouldn't want to just shut it gently. So maybe one, oh, maybe a big one over here because I have a little bit more space on this square. And maybe a tiny one over here, and an even tinier one here. There we go. Okay, so let's do that, and we'll get out the Scotch tacky glue in the fine line bottle. Got to get your tacky glue wherever you can at the craft stores. Pretty much available. I think you can get it online too, from Amazon, I'm sure. And then the fine line bottles. I don't know what a good place to tell you to get them is. I got mine at a scrapbooking event, I guess, where they had vendors. We have a surprising number of local scrapbook stores in Alberta. So when we do have big events, like Creative Scrapbooker does a couple in Alberta, they always have great vendors. And what's the other big one? Crop and Create, when they come to Calgary, we always have great vendors there too. Okay, is that everything from my little bucket here? I'm going to put these back in so we don't lose all the things that go together. And then I just have these enamel dots, and I think I'm going to go with the off-white because the white in the baseballs is already standing out, and the off-white kind of coordinates with this color of patterned paper that we have. And so I'm just going to do a cluster up here with my baseball and glove. Oh, is that the same size? No. I don't know why that looked like the same size from my angle, but it did. Weirded me out. Oops, it's stuck. There we go. And these have a little bit of sparkle to them, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a little bling. I think down here is better. And I don't really have like a set thing in my mind about where the enamel dots are going to go until I actually put them down. But I do like to try and keep them close to my embellishment clusters. So like here I have like a baseball and a star. Here I have a baseball and a star. Here I have a baseball and a star. So I want my enamel dots to stand close to those, if that makes sense. And I usually do them in threes, but not always, because there's usually 3 spots for them. So sometimes I do 2, sometimes just 1, depending on what else is in the cluster. And that is it for my layout today. Oh, I was going to show you the sketch. Get myself into trouble. Don't show the sketch. It's paid content. Okay, so this is my layout for today. And you can stay tuned to the end of the video for a close-up shot of the layout and a few detail shots. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please click that like button to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to know more about the things that we talked about today, click that show more button under the video description to find links. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you'll know every time a new video goes up. Have a fantastic day, everyone.